Let's make virtual reality real. I followed the recommendations to go with the Speak Easy concept, so hearing impaired people have no disadvantage. There will be a Q&A section at the end of the presentation. This session means hard work. You are a pioneer. You are pushing the frontiers, and this means really hard work. You get the blame if something does not work smoothly, and later, when things are on market, others take the profit. But let me explain more seriously why it is so to make virtual reality real. The obvious one is that I address artists and art teachers, people who would barely describe themselves as coders or programmers. But it is also hard to make virtual reality happen for educators in general. There are many answers on my questions. Why is it so? The head-mounted displays, the HMDs we have, are still far away from finding a wide acceptance in society. People like you, knowing and being active in Second Life, will agree that art in virtual reality seen in an HMD is mostly not as good as in Second Life. Second Life is immersive. It was the first real tool to create Immersionskunst, a term I like to translate into English as Cartoonenkunst. Cartoonenkunst is a word William Gibson used in Council for Immersive Art. I always thought he created it in 1986, but recent research shows differently. Nevertheless, there are publications about the theory of Cartoonenkunst. I would like to dive into art theory right now, but you are here for practical reasons, so let's go into medias res. I would like to turn your attention now to the next slide. The blue flow. This slide lays out the process. We start inside Second Life and we end in one of three HMD platforms: Google Cardboard, Daydream, and Oculus Go. It looks quite a long run, but this you can expect when you are an artist, right? You don't buy an empty canvas and the next day you paint a Picasso. VR is possible in art education because it works. You can download the apps and test it out. Don't do it now. The seminar needs your full concentration. Because, yes, because you need money. Okay, when you want to get a budget for teaching virtual art and you get HMD headsets, because that is the cool way the cool kids say, you will need to show something stunning to the money givers, right? That's why we created the art installations, the Faked. The name stands for a reason. To simulate virtual reality is right now not indistinguishable from a real reality, in other words, very distinctable, and even more so provocative. The singularity Raymond Kurzweil speaks about is not near. You always know you are wearing an HMD. You know it is a simulation of something that does not exist this way in reality. Fact is, in Second Life, art looks better and feels more real than in Oculus. The reason the impact of being immersed is indirectly direct, because you are inside an avatar. Picasso said when painting fluid structures in the air with a light bulb, I am. Going this path would create another distraction, one leading towards avatar kunst, the term I created. The social dynamics are making the difference between the user-created world, in which you are part of it, where you have a happy life over hours, and in comparison, being a user wearing an HMD and sweating after 20 minutes of inconveniences such as dizziness, headaches, iris strain, and heat. But this happens with all technology. Look back at how big the first cell phones were and how limited their functionality was. Today, they are computers and we carry all day long. People who are not enthusiastic about VR will say that is all a fake, no matter if Second Life playing or being in an HMD Oculus world. So literally, to take the wind out of the sails of the skeptics, we named our application the Faked VR. The Faked made it to the gold standard in VR and became an embassy in the Wrong Biennale 2019-2020, which is the world's largest digital art show. Now let's see it, so you know what to say to your money givers. Show them the Faked in a medium, say no. YouTube. For this we have a 3-minute YouTube video we would like you to watch.
Don't speak to me this way. Don't ever let me say, don't leave me again. Don't leave me again. Oh, you never felt this loss before, and the world is closing doors. I never wanted anything more. Oh, you never felt this loss before, and the world is closing doors. I never wanted anything more. Don't hurt me this way. Don't touch me this way. Don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me this way. Don't touch me this way. Don't touch me this way. Don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me again. Don't hurt me again. Oh, you never felt this loss before, and the world is closing doors. I never wanted anything more. Oh, you never felt this loss before, and the world is closing doors. I never wanted anything more. Don't let me make the same mistake again. Please don't let me make the same mistake again. Please don't let me make the same mistake again. Don't let me make the same mistake again. Oh, you never felt this loss before, and the world is closing doors. I never wanted anything more. Oh, you never felt this loss before.
Welcome back. Second Life goes VR. You saw in the Machinima the way the installation looks in Second Life and in OpenSimulator, filmed for us by Wizard Oscrom. Before I go on, there is something very important you shall note. In the video, we have not seen an avatar. You have not seen yourself as a visitor. If you would have seen others, and if you would have been able to interact with them, not with an NPC, with a programmed bot, then the picture changes dramatically. We are in the field of art reception or Kunst reception by avatars. Remember my word, avatar Kunst. User-created worlds work so well because you see yourself and you interact with others. Over 10 years ago, I published on avatars looking at art and reflecting on this doing, called it I in 3D. The PDF is free to download. In the virtual reality approach, called the fake VR, I will show you there is no avatar acting in the HMD world. It would be totally different, a totally different complexity if you want to create interaction by generating Unity avatars. Nevertheless, I will post a link at the end of my presentation so you can have a look into gaming using VR headsets like Oculus. Also, it might be of interest to check out what the uncanny theorem means. Very soon I come back to our task. Only what we do is real. Let us make VR and show you how to bring such a stunning world like the faked to a VR platform. You saw the way the installation looks in Second Life and in OpenSimulator, but first I think it is important to understand it is a pathway, a door opener. I don't see it as a game changer. It is an educational path to the new way of our digital world and the role of art in it. When I was a young lecturer of computer graphics in the art department at the University of Munich, the term computer art was yet not born. We used to draw on plotters we programmed in Fortran. This was a big step forward in coding. Before this, I coded in a machine language in assembler. Now we use toolkits, frame sets, ready-to-use black boxes, and again, I speak of pioneers. We want to feel like pioneers, so be among the first with your art class to go VR. Now it's the time. Yeah, think about it. Your work will be conserved in the future as the work of a pioneer. Let us look again at the slide. I call it the blue flow. Inside Second Life. We are inside SL, building with prims. You give the class the task to perform. Why not to rebuild the oldest known build, the man? There the man comes. It is a 9 prim build. It is rest next to me. But stop. When the man is done, you will need to bring it to VR. Can you export a build from Second Life to other platforms? The answer is yes, you can. However, the LINKSET needs to be full perm and owned by the creator. Same goes for textures. Only then you can download it on your hard disk. That makes a class teamwork hard. There is a solution I will show you in the next video. It just takes 2 minutes. So welcome back. The tools you see on the blue flow were presented at the OSCC 19 in November 2019. So let's watch my 9 minutes video focusing on educational and technical aspects.
Hey guys, it's Karen. Welcome back to Little Art Talks. And today I want to share with you guys a little toy I have here. It's the Google Cardboard. Now this is basically a virtual reality or VR platform that works as kind of like a stereoscope in conjunction with your smartphone. As you can see, this is made out of cardboard and it's intended to be a low-cost platform to encourage more experimentation and engagement with virtual reality platforms in this sort of format. The cool thing is that Google actually lists all of the measurements and the schematics on their website, so if you wanted, you can purchase the pieces individually and then assemble yourself. The hardest part is just finding these lenses here, or you can buy a pre-made one like this one for about $20. Now just to give you an idea, if you do go the pre-made route, it'll come in a box like this. This is just a stain. Pull this out, and to assemble it, all you have to do is pull this top flap up and out. The sides will come out over here. Flip this over, Velcro it down, and the sides will also Velcro down here. This is where the phone goes, so you just slip that right here and close it up, and that's it. So let's open the Cardboard app open, and there's a bunch of different apps you can download. So let's try out this.
Welcome to the Faked VR, the first app where an avatar-based world was brought to be viewed in Google Cardboard, Daydream and Oculus. The Faked VR is an art installation that we transferred for the purpose to make an VR experience easy for everyone. There have been many names given at a time where such a technology was just a vision. Morton Heilig was the first, calling it in 1950 an experience theater, a sensorama, a telesphere mask. We call it now virtual reality, and we wear a head-mounted display to experience the world by turning our head and moving our body. First, get the information about the app. You have to agree to the terms of service, that's for your safety. When you start the app, you'll have time to page in the information about the project and the artists behind and the how to navigate when being in the world. There is no need to hurry. That information is given before you wear the head-mounted display. Please instruct everyone you hand the display over to sit on a swivel chair. It can be dangerous to turn your body and to move your head up and down when standing. When you are in flight mode, you navigate by turning your body as said by sitting on a swivel chair and by moving your head up and down. The flight function you find on a menu bar that will blend slowly in when you move your head down to the floor. Later you will see how to activate one of the functions that we provide via a toolkit. Every developer can download the toolkit for free. A user does not need to download anything in addition. All to do is to download the Faked VR from one of the sites. Right now are supported Google Cardboard, Daydream, and Oculus. Check at the website for updates. We are right now looking at the virtual world that became part to the world's biggest digital art show, the Wrong Biennale, in the years 2019 and 2020. This is a two-eyes capture just for demonstration. Don't think that the real world looks so primitive. There is a printed book at Blurb available, and the PDF version of this book is for free to download. The title of the book is Katatonenkunst, a term with quite an interesting history behind. The Mondrian machine, that creates colored boxes by using the game engine Unity. Stangen, or metal rods, is a recode of the first digital art machine coded in 1979 by Herbert W. Franken. As said before, you have to move your head down, so the menu from the toolkit that was developed in Leipzig lab by Herzstein for the Faked VR comes into view. It takes a little bit of practice, so the focus point, you may say the cursor, overlaps the function or the object you want to select for activation. You can't click on a Google Cardboard, so we have to focus and wait that the selection is recognized. In this example, the slow flight mode is being activated. Of course, you can develop your own menu structure. The toolkit, however, provides a fast track to develop your own application. That is also helpful if you want to teach how to bring a virtual world created in Second Life or an OpenSimulator to a VR world by using the game engine Unity as a distribution platform.
Let us right now fly around like a pilot and search for, let's say, for the egg. The egg is an example that might nicely fit into many art projects. The Easter egg hunt has a tradition in virtual worlds. Nevertheless, it can be any object, any prim where there is the code inside that makes the deal. By focusing the egg, we get teleported to a destination that is coded in the egg. The toolkit provides this way of teleporting. This said, teleports can be easily installed in educational projects by teachers and students because in fact, there is no coding needed. The user of the final app has just to focus on the object. The code for teleporting is generated out of the name of the object. The name of the object has to start with CB button. There are slides where you see how to do this and what options are provided, like the time that has to pass until the teleport takes the user to the destination. This deals with different dynamics you may have in mind when you design a project. Keep in mind this video is made for educational purposes. Get your own experience by downloading the app, then check out the toolkit where you will find how to code the target destination. Again, you will see that you can avoid any coding. You need just to res an invisible object at the destination and name this object proper, so a handshake between the TP, in this example it is an egg, and the destination can be generated by the toolkit. This is very helpful because there are different coordinate systems between the basic prim world where you create your installation and Unity, Google Cardboard and Oculus. Let us focus for a little on the navigation menu. We know it blends in when you move your head towards the floor. This video shows how the menu looks in Google Cardboard. If you like to code, then you may like to change it. That's why we use a simple design in the Google Cardboard edition of the Faked. In Oculus it looks different, but nevertheless we kept the functionality. You may like to explore a piece of art more in detail. For this we provide two functions. One is the stop function, which is activated automatically after a TP, and the other is the walk function. Let us look at the walk function. You may say it is a very slow flight by keeping more or less the height. After a while you will notice a slow drift towards the bottom. We end this demonstration with a hit. Gamers may know the term hitbox. To keep it short, when you stay too long in a specific area, then you get force teleported, you get ejected, but this time being ejected might be a good thing. It depends on the mission, the design, the message you want to transport. We use the same method as you surely remember from the egg. This said, you don't need to get the coordinates for the hitbox area and transform them to VR coordinates for Google Cardboard or Oculus. All you have to do is to res a big cube in the basic prim world. This means in Second Life or an OpenSimulator, and name the cube according to the instructions given in the toolkit. The hitbox cube you can set on Phantom and give it 100% transparency so the user does not notice this area. Important for the understanding might be to know that a user in the VR worlds we talk about cannot zoom into areas. There is no native tool for this that comes in handy. To solve a question you have in mind, the user has to fly into the area where you set up the puzzle, the instruction, or whatever you have in mind. Usually the user will change to S mode, called also stop mode or stand. In this mode the user stays at a fixed point, only being able to look up and down and to turn around. There can be many challenges inside a hitbox. The user may enter a hitbox area, they're looking around, and by doing so the counter for a forced ejection starts. In the Oculus edition of the Fake there is an additional option to blend textures via the control stick in, but not in the Google Cardboard. You will find many ways to combine a teleport, that was shown by the example of the egg, with the hitbox concept. You may have noticed earlier the user has changed to walk mode, so to move closer to the pictures placed at the walls, to learn this way about global warming on Tuvalu. Then leaving the art installation that is hidden under the big fox, the kitsune, which was made by the Japanese artist Ayuki. The slides provide you with the details. Have a great time teaching. Feel welcome to book one of the seminars Leipzig Lab is providing via the ATIS educational online platform, or book a lecture at your place. Let us make VR together.
Welcome back. I will focus now on some slides of the OSCC 19 conference. One important point is why Google Cardboard. There are 15 million cardboards sold, and the price range starts with $7. So this is a budget you can easily manage, and everyone has a smartphone, mostly a good one, at least in countries we are located mostly. And so it's possible to use the smartphone, as you saw in the video, as a start into the VR world. And it's on open source. So Google set it free for educators and other interested people. Yeah, so slides, I can only pick a few out of them. You see here in the presentation what's the ways showing 3D. You see that it is a one sim on one world, one single instance, if you are an OpenSim, which you run one ORR, one Open Archive, you transfer with the tools to Unity. And from Unity, you can transfer it to every gaming or HMD platform. So it is not limited to Cardboard, Daydream, Oculus. You can go to all HMD targets. Safety instructions was already said, it's very important. And here's a link to the toolkit, to the first part. The import of one simulator, of one world, of one map, of one region to Unity goes via the tools developed by Austin Tate and colleagues. And then the next toolkit, the navigation menu toolkit, which you have seen in the video in part. And here look into Unity, how it looks when you develop in Unity. It looks different from Second Life, of course, but it gets easy when you take the pre-made configuration set. So that's a link for another video. Just for a brief look. It is 8 minutes long, but I think you don't need to watch it to the fullest. You can watch it later. It gives you just an impression that in the Google, in the Oculus edition, it looks similar to the Cardboard edition. There are a few side effects or a few specialities mentioned, because the Oculus system has a pointer or has a stick which you have in hand, and with the stick you can do additional things. And to make it not too complex, we just used one functionality. That means to blend textures or text in the application, but with a speciality that it can be a different texture at any place of the installation. So when you fly along, you get different information depending on where you are. This is a demonstration in the video you see very clearly. So if you have time now or later, whenever, just watch it if you are interested to go the step towards the Oculus. Yeah, I thank you all, and I will post further links. I will post links for further reference, so you have all the links here and can work it out when you want to go this path.